Asiumasya! Welcome to the Dragon Diaries, a podcast for spiritually advanced children and young adults who would like support as they navigate interdimensional reality and create an extraordinary life here on planet Earth. We'll cover topics such as dragons, telepathy, interdimensional travel, the dream state, and most importantly, how to navigate uncomfortable emotions, energy, and relationships so that you can live your best and happiest life. My name is Zara. I'm an activator and speak primordial sound, a form of light language. I'll be your guide. Once in a great while, there is a person who comes to Earth to change everything. Is that you? That's what our episode today is about. The power that you hold as the infinite spark of creation. In other words, the power that you hold as God. I'm going to make one thing clear before we begin. You are God. You are not what you were told, that you are limited, wrong, incorrect, unworthy of love. Any of these stories that may have been handed to you at birth through ancestral genes, just like your hair color or your height, or through the unconscious beliefs of those around you, or in schools, can we agree to delete them right now? Great. Let's start again. You are God. You are the infinite source of intelligence that gave rise to all life, and because of this, you can create great change. Magnificent change. Change worthy of a revolution all on its own. Before we launch into what you are capable of and what is possible for you, let's get a few things straight. God is an energy field of intelligence, not some man sitting in the sky. Each and every particle, atom, molecule, thing, or living being that you may see in this world, it is all God. Each and every bit of it. We don't live in a static universe. We live in a dynamically shifting and changing atmosphere of molecules, particles, and cells, and they can divide and multiply rapidly. So rapidly, in fact, that you can have a different being appear in front of you in the matter of a week. Let's look at cells. They rapidly disintegrate and reappear. Look at your knee when you scrape it and a scab forms. In a matter of a week or two, depending on the severity, the scab heals up, falls off, and there is no more wound. This is the power of you. So a healing cut or scrape has been made normal. We see it with our eyes. It's been happening since we've been alive. It's a normal event. But let's step back, take a bird's eye view, and really describe what's going on. Your red blood cells are working overtime to take a leap in consciousness to repair a fracture that occurred to the part of you that is the body. Then your tissue cells and skin cells do their part of the job. The energy field of intelligence that is your body is designed for repair, for regrowth. Now, what if I were to tell you that every aspect of you is designed the same way? When we get hurt, we are designed to be made whole. There is no exception to the rule. This is in physical form. This is from emotional encounters. This is from experiences we may have in life that are less than fun. Each and every part of you is designed to be made whole, just like that scraped knee. You are designed to heal and repair in a way that makes you forget what you have encountered. You aren't limping or bleeding for life. You take the designated time to repair based on the hurt and the tools you have available for regrowth. This is a key component of what's missing from our society right now. And you are that change. You who are listening to this podcast right now. You are that change that your families and your friends require. There is nothing that you can't overcome. There is no injury, no accident, no experience that will not help you grow into a better version of yourself. And this can be done overnight. It can be done instantaneously. There's literally no limit here on the earth plane, only what we have decided. What we claim to be true, it becomes truth. What we decide can't be done, we'll usually find limitation there. But when we flip this on its head and start to think, okay, I am infinite. How do I experience that? When you ask this question, that's when the true magic begins. Because you are a universal stream of energy that has all the answers within. Each and every answer that you require for your life to be a magical existence is intact. You just have to find it. Pretend it's a treasure hunt. Every obstacle has a solution. Every issue has a resolution. You just need to know how to locate the missing piece of the puzzle. For each of us, the process will be different. It's really up to your own internal state of self that defines this. Because we were molded differently when we took up incarnation, our energy field became this big hodgepodge of ancestral talents and traumas, different genetic coding activated to give us our strengths in this lifetime, and different beliefs that have been molded due to the parents or caregivers that we grew up with. Then we insert thoughts based on what we're watching or what we're feeling, and we have feelings based on our thoughts. And you have a big soup of who you believe yourself to be. So your process is going to be different to everyone else's. What I can do is give you some tips to finding your own solutions and resolutions. You decide what works best for you. Okay, so your internal state as God has a compass. This compass will always steer you in the right direction. You locate it through your heart. This pathway, though, it can be fraught with emotions. And sometimes it's hard to find the heart because the other energies in our field are not aligned with its eternal beat. Don't worry, it happens to all of us. You can find and master the path. So if you're someone who worries a lot or has an obsessive compulsive disorder in regards to thinking, oh, wait, that's most of the humans on Earth. Well, if you happen to be one of these, then I suggest you consider what I have found to be helpful. It's strategy. I tell my mind it's time to shut off now. I'm going to give way to the eternal being that I am. It's with my intent that I am able to quiet the mind, shut off the thoughts, turn down the knob of worry or emotions, and I connect purely to the space of the heart. This space may take practice to get to, or it may appear instantly. There is no right or wrong, no judgment. Like all of us when learning something new, it takes focus, intent, patience, practice. And the best way is to set a routine. Every morning straight after you wake up, or every evening before you go to sleep, or at any time during the day, you can connect in with the space of who you truly are that is accessed through your heart. It's a space that only holds pure love. It will laugh with you, it will tickle your feet, and you'll feel a fountain of joy. It's a place that some teachers refer to as pure presence. It's when you are truly connected with the infinite version of you. Now, for myself, I had years of meditating before I got to where I am today. But it was my intent about 14 years ago that began to change everything. When I started to set the intent, I am all of me. I am the one source creator of all that is. I am the I am the I am. That is when things started to shift radically. I began to remember the universe as one and felt the infinite intelligence that I am, that you are, coursing up in every cell. I began to connect in with the living energy fields of creation around me and could sense feelings, emotions, and beings very clearly. My intuitive gifts heightened, and I became this radiant field of energy that was like sunlight blossoming. I set the intent. I am all of me. And that cascaded in a series of events that brought me to where I am today. I set my compass. I set my direction. And it's so important for us to do this every day so that we stay on track, where we want to be, who we want to become. Because life can take a lot of energy, and it can lead us to thoughts and emotions, all these internal battles. And these are all sending signals to the universe. You want to have an overriding clear signal that you're broadcasting. And if you want to be the change that this world requires, Gunayana Sumayana Syataya. State your intent as this, or a version that you align with. I am Gunayana Sumayana Syataya. I am Ayasutu Gunayana Sunayana Sya. I am the full version of me. I am the eternal flame in physical form. I am the I am, the I am. Sumayana, Sutayana, Sutukunayana, Syataya. So this is a process of self-discovery. And rapid manifestation usually doesn't occur. It's usually not an overnight event, although it can be. So don't put that out of your possibilities. I'm really drawn to speaking this to you when you're young because you have many less years of programming. You may have had many, many lifetimes of pain or suffering before you got to this lifetime, but you haven't had the years here yet to reestablish the same programming. You haven't had the years that many adults have had in ingraining the same beliefs, ingraining the patterns. Your patterns aren't yet established for life. You can make change now, if you so choose, if you so desire, to become one with the universe and live a happy, prosperous life. Think of your brain, body, cells, habits, routines. Think of these all as programs. They are ways of being, ways of thinking, ways of choosing to live. These are natural for us to develop, and they give us structure in life. But what structure are you developing? Are you turning on your phone or the TV as soon as you wake up? And do you have it on right before you go to bed at night? Or are you connecting with the oneness of all that is? I am definitely not against technology. In fact, I think it's brilliant. I think it's a tool that can be used to enliven the mind and help us navigate the external world. But here's the secret. It's to use it wisely because it can be a distraction from the inner technology, which is much more brilliant than any external form of tool. So iPads, laptops, video games, television, make sure they work for you and you don't work for them. Here's the thing. Most people, without being aware of it, are slaves to technology. It controls them. And this is adults and children alike. And your inner technology, it is so robust and brilliant that it blows these external devices out of the water. And I really mean that. But most of us haven't learned how to use these inbuilt gifts. Think of yourself as the supercomputer to defy all supercomputers. You are. And you have to learn your systems. Forget about the Mac. Forget about the iPad or the virtual reality game. You're already here. You're in a living world. You're participating in a matrix. You are living in a body that has abilities that are far, 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 far beyond what you have been taught. Look at the movies for that. That's where you start to see some truth. The superheroes? That's not too far off. Gunayana, Sumayana, Siataya. So, your heart is the foremost thing to master. Your heart is one of the most incredible gifts that you have to change your life into one that you really, really, really want. And this is how you change humanity, by connecting in with this field of energy. When you tap into this inbuilt gift, you can change the world. Your world comes first and foremost, but you can change the world as a whole. When you resonate with the frequency of pure love, which is found in the heart, you resonate with the frequency of your innate gifts as God. You vibrate at a frequency of peace, joy, abundance, where there is no right or wrong or worry. Everything is magnificent, and you feel it. You feel the truth that every hardship, anything that you may have encountered, was a beautiful gift to help you rise. And because you vibrate at the speed of light, you attract the speed of light that gives you more gifts and abundance. Now, when I say gifts and abundance, I'm not necessarily speaking of material wealth. We're not talking about money and toys. We're talking about what it means to live a truly meaningful life. Yes, part of that can be about money and toys because that is part of what living on the earth is. There's nothing wrong with that. In fact, you may have more than you could possibly imagine. But that's not the real gift of the heart. It is a gift, but there's one that's even better. The heart is here to steer you home to the truth of who you are, so you'll experience the wisdom of the ages flooding back to you. The eternal essence of the cells will come online. This is when people can experience miracle healings within their bodies and miracle healings of circumstances. It's when they sit in the frequency of God that is aligned with their intent. The frequency of pure joy, love, and unconditional acceptance is where God lives, where you truly live. And bringing that frequency here onto the earth plane is the most beautiful gift you can give yourself, those around you, and the world. So know this. Gunayana Sumayana Syataya. You are an infinite being. You are capable of it all. It is you who gets to decide who you want to be, how you want to travel through this lifetime. Do you want external circumstances, such as technology, emotions, and thoughts, to control your existence? Or do you want to find the true creator being that you are? Do you want to take the world on its head, shake it up a bit and say, no, hey, this is what's really possible? Kasutto kunayana sumayana syataya. My friends, the choice is yours. Thank you so much for joining me on the Dragon Diaries. If you've enjoyed this space, would you please subscribe, share, follow, like, and or leave a review? Doing this will help me reach more youth like you. You can also leave questions in the YouTube comments, and I'll do my best to answer them on an upcoming show. Until next time, Kasutto kunayana sumayana syataya. May you live your best life yet.